Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is your Physio Girl and I am again here with the new video, and this one on your demand because I read all of your comments and as you all wanted me to make the UK series video, so here I am with the new video demand all for you guys. So I will be discussing my UK journey in this video, how I started the applications, when I decided to go, what idea came in my mind that I started doing that. So I will be discussing the overview of my UK journey in this video. So let's quickly start with today's video. Let's get started. So let's start from the beginnings. So this is the time of December 2021 when I was appearing for my 4th year Bachelor's of Physiotherapy exams, and that was my final year. I always wanted to practice in India, who recruit you in your for the job, so that I could finally get a job in the same place where I am doing my internship. Obviously I would be putting my full efforts, even though if I didn't wanted the job in the same place, but still I wanted a job, secured job in one place, so that after that I can look for a better job afterwards. At least I have a backup here. So I started with my internship in my own college from where I completed my bachelor's degree, that was in career, and I got a good exposure of patients. The remaining of the time of the internship, that is 5 months, were left. So I decided to do one with a hospital that was a multi-speciality hospital. So I would be doing that, and I had this plan to get a job in that hospital only, and so that I have a good backup, and soon after completing my internship I would get a job. I had this thing in my mind, but my parents came up with the idea that why I should stop my studies here, why I should not do my masters. So they came up with the idea of not stopping my studies here. They wanted me to get the highest education possible. So they asked me that whether I would like to do my masters and later on think about PhD. So this idea was really fascinated me, and took me a while to think about this, that what should I do. So now we are still in December 2021. So I was giving my final exams, and meanwhile what I did was I wasn't able to get sure about my thing, that whether I should do masters, whether I will get better opportunities outside India, because guys, you know me, I never stepped out of my own town. I was ever since I was born, I stayed in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. I never stepped out alone anywhere, not even with my friends. So this was a big task for me. So to think about this, to step out in a completely different continent, in a completely different culture and everything. In few exams, between two of the subject exams, I had a big gap of 10 to 12 days in December, only in 2021 December. So in that period, after my studies were done, or when I wanted to take a gap, I took out 2 to 3 hours and I researched a little on my browser, and I went to this place to go and visit an agent. It was the Dreams Global, that's called the GB Education in Bhopal, and they I think also have a branch in Indore. So few of my friends and friends of friends, or the mutual people, so they planned their studies abroad. I decided to go on with them and have a consultation with them. I think it was Purva Batra ma'am, with whom I met that time, and luckily I got my applications and everything sorted with her. She came up with different universities. First she jotted down some of the points that I was looking for in the universities. She told me about the scopes with my marks, and that was expected marks that I would get. So she jotted down all of that, and with those marks and with those criteria, she founded few of the universities and gave me a list on my email so that I can go through all of them. I never thought of going abroad because of this term finance, because I was so scared of this word finance and how I will be affording lakhs and lakhs of money for my education. So this was one of my concern when I never thought about this topic ever of doing masters, and that too from abroad. So I consulted her and my agent, and she told me about the finances, that they would tell me different agents and different bank people and reputed bank people with whom I can get my things sorted of finance. And she gave me contacts and networks of different students, and they are securely studying there. So she cleared up my mind with the finance side. So she sorted me with the finance things. Then came up with the universities. So universities, she already told me about that. She will be giving me a list of universities according to my marks, according to what I'm looking for, according to what is best for my course of physiotherapy, and where I will be having the immense and a big opportunity and the scope of doing physiotherapy from abroad. Now, after sorting up with the finance and the universities, then come my passport thing and IELTS. So for the IELTS exam, that is the English proficiency test, so that people in abroad, like in an English speaking country, you are eligible for the education, so that they know that you are eligible and you can understand the language well, and you will be able to communicate and you will be able to sustain and communicate with the people there. So personally speaking, I was really scared of that English test, IELTS, because you have to pay a lot of money and you have to go through different things. Like you have to go to 2 phases in the interview. Like first is the written one, second one is the interview, like the in-person interview. So in person or online. So this was like a little scary for me. I gave her my 12th mark sheet, and in that she went through all of my marks and things, and in my English speaking section, in my English section where my English marks were written, it was more than 86-85%. So 85 or 86 out of 100 was a good score where you can easily put a waiver. What is a waiver? A waiver is something that you can apply for in the university. Your agents would suggest you, and I think your agents should be doing that. And if you have more than like 75 marks in your English test in 12th grade, in your 12th standard, then you will be getting a waiver and you don't have to go with your IELTS. So this thing was like sorted for me, and I was so happy because I never thought that there is any way to skip IELTS. Our 3 things were sorted. Now comes the 4th thing about the passport. Now, to apply your applications, you need your passport. Of course, you need 2 very important things. Number 1, your passport. Number 2, your PAN card. You have to get at least these 2 documents. I had my PAN card, but my passport wasn't with me. I never applied for a passport. So she asked me to do a Tatkal passport. Even though I had enough time, it would take 1 month for you to get your passport, but it can delay, it can like cause a delay, the delivery of the passport, or there must be like anything and you cannot take any chance. Because my agents were very professional with their work, and they were very well aware about what they are doing, because they already have so much of experience and they send so many students abroad for their education. They suggested me to go with the Tatkal passport, so that they can, soon as I get that, I can apply for my applications of the universities. So it was already December and I got a little panicked because my passport wasn't there. So I applied for my passport, Tatkal, and within 3 days I got my passport in my hand. And my agent started applying for the universities. She sent me an email where there were, I think, 8 to 10 universities, and I suggested her a few of my choices as well. I went through different browsing sites and I found and I watched YouTube videos, I went through different sites, I researched about what was the best university for physiotherapy, and I started doing that. Now, after doing that, after appearing for my exams in December, I gave her a list of the universities that I wanted. Now, meanwhile, in December, I got my passport as well. So I was sorted with my things. Now, I just need to apply for the universities. So in January, I gave her a list of final 8 to 10 universities, and I remember in total, I gave her 13 university lists, and I asked her to apply in all of them. In the next video, I will be telling about in how many universities I applied, what were those universities. I will be naming all of the universities that I applied in and in how many universities I got selected. Now, since I came in 2023 September, what took me so long, because I started my application in 2021. So what took me so long to come here in UK? I will be discussing all of that in the next videos. So that's all for today's video. I hope you all found this video to be helpful, and I will be keeping on making this UK series and telling you guys in depth about what all things were needed and your doubts in the video. I will be discussing all of that. Do comment so that I know what all doubts you have for the video, and I will be making a video on that. So yeah, that's it for today's video, and do subscribe to the channel. Meet you guys in the next video. Bye.